We're back with another episode of the Lardos podcast. Joining me once again is Zach.
We thought third time was the charm. Make it four.
Make it four. Make it four. Um, dude, it's my phone is blocking my Google icon. There we go. I couldn't hit my Google icon, but
What it's with Google's icon?
yeah, it's
Like,
kind of it's. I don't know. All this modern branding kind of sucks.
what did it change? What was the original logo?
I think for like the Chrome logo.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me see.
Google just used to spell out Google. Do they still have that?
I think they I don't know. I don't think they do.
It's lame.
I don't know.
All
I
these companies
don't
trying to change it up.
Yeah, dude. Remember when the Cracker Barrel
Oh,
thing?
yeah. Wait, did they reverse that or no?
They they actually I think they did. Yeah. It's
That was
reversed.
ridiculous. That's one of the dumbest marketing decisions of all time.
Or if is it the smartest? Because they're like nobody cared about Cracker Barrel before, and then they changed their logo, and then all of a sudden they're in the news everywhere.
Oh, it was a
So
publicity stunt, is what you're
public,
saying?
it could have been a publicity stunt. Yeah,
They might be geniuses.
they
Cracker
could be.
Barrel is some people hate Cracker Barrel. I love Cracker Barrel. If you ever have a chicken pot pie from there, it's literally one of the best things you can
Dude,
eat.
I I think I would agree, man. Um, I had I don't know. Every time you get like a biscuit there, every time you get kind of like breakfast is always pretty solid. You know?
Country fried steak, lots of gravy.
Yeah.
Is it better than Biscuitville?
Oh, I don't think so. The Biscuitville biscuit is like it's incredible.
It's so niche too. I don't even
For
know if you can call it a chain.
for those who don't know, Biscuitville is like it's like South Virginia and like North Carolina, and they make these like damn good biscuits, man. They're just
It's like McDonald's, but every sandwich is on a biscuit.
yeah, and the biscuits, the quality is just so good. Like you can go in, you see them making the biscuits, man.
Chick-fil-A also has pretty good biscuits.
Yeah.
For breakfast, you can get a chicken biscuit for like $1.50. It's a hidden deal no one talks about.
Have you had the I mean I assume you've had like the chicken minis,
Oh yeah.
like the Chick-fil Dude, the Chick-fil-A breakfast is it's just fried chicken, which is
I know.
pretty awesome.
It's amazing. Also, speaking of Chick-fil-A, you know how they're always like, "Oh, our sauce is a secret," and all this garbage?
Yeah.
I found out this is not just for Chick-fil-A sauce. This is just for like if you're cooking sauce, barbecue, anything like that, to make your sauce like 10 times better, you just
Uh-huh.
pour like a half cup of pickle juice into it and mix it up with the pickle juice. It's astounding. But like 100% the Chick-fil-A sauce uses pickle juice as an ingredient. Because I've
Wow.
tried to make similar. It's not exact, but it's like okay, and then I put pickle juice in it, and it's pretty close to the real thing.
I'm gonna have to try that.
That's what I'm saying. Pickles are good.
I
But
know.
bread and butter pickles, those are I don't like those.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck the bread and butter pickles. They're what are we doing?
You need
Bread
a
and butter
crisp,
pickles. The
crisp,
flavor of pickle?
yeah. Like pickle has its own flavor. Why are we putting butter into it?
Dude,
It's vinegar. You just put it there.
that's like you have that's like you know those white women who whenever they cook something they always just throw raisins in it.
Yeah, like why are
It
we throwing raisins into it?
yeah. Yeah,
It doesn't make
it's
sense.
it's like are you trying to make everyone hate you. Are you trying to make every single person at the cookout, at the function, hate you?
That's like the person who like, there's a big nice potluck and you bring a vegetable platter. No one's eating that. If hear me out, I think the carrots with the blue cheese or ranch, that might get a few munches.
Yeah.
Everything else on that platter though, it's just for show.
Yeah. Dude,
No
it's
one eats
because
it.
it's because they couldn't bring themselves around the grocery store. They see people watching them and they're like, if I go for this cookie tray, people are gonna think I'm eating the entire thing by myself, which is
Oh,
pretty fair
which
because
we've
that's what
seen
I do anyway, at my car at midnight, you know.
we've seen in action someone eating a entire container of cookie dough.
We have. We
I don't want to say
have.
the name, but you know who you are, and you're busted on the Lardos podcast because that's what we do. We bust people.
On
You
the
ate
Lardos podcast.
an entire container of cookie dough within a half hour. The whole thing gone. It was like 2 pounds of cookie dough.
We need to invite this person and ask them, listen, this is the Lardos podcast.
We'll give it a chance to justify itself before we go in. That was crazy.
That
But
was crazy.
sometimes, everyone does a little something crazy. That person's eating a jar of cookie dough. I have mine. I'm sure you have yours.
Dude, I'm not even going to lie to you. I kid you not, a thing of like unbaked cookies in the garage, like pre-made unbaked cookies. I've just been eating the cookie dough.
That's what you gotta do sometimes. Cookie dough is amazing.
Cookie dough is
I
great.
just I just can't fathom how
Especially
you
it's
can eat an entire container. Like I physically couldn't do it. Like I
like
would throw up.
I mean, when it's that time of the month for me, I love it. I can't get
That's
enough of it. I feel
it,
so
it
bad.
yeah, it heals your cramps.
Yeah.
It helps you out. I understand. I understand.
So I want to ask you an opinion on something, Zach. And so, and for the people at home watching this, you probably have seen people like this out in the wild. I encounter many of these kinds of people. It's a lot of white people who do this. Um, just gonna throw that out there. But you ever see a couple with like four dogs? It's like four golden retrievers.
Yeah.
And you wonder, like, man, if all those dogs are sleeping in bed with you, first of all, how do you get a good night's sleep with that many dogs in the bed? And second, when are you having sex?
So
Dude,
why
and it's not even like it's the guy's idea. The guy had no part in this. The girl's just like, let me get four dogs.
why do the dogs stay in the room? Does that have to happen?
Dude, like they want the dogs to sleep in the bed with them. Like the dogs usually, if you have like five or more dogs, it's like unless you're like a crazy person, it's like or you're like, if you're a hunter or something, that you'll have them in like crates or something, but it's like or like outside or whatever, but it's like, man,
Mm.
that's so much dog. And that's just like I married my wife, I didn't marry four dogs.
Yeah, but like four dogs in the house? Like at that point, you might as well have eight. Like I feel like after three, it's all the same, right?
I guess so, man. But
Like
dude, let's see how much is the cost of a dog per year. So here, we're gonna do a little math. So
uh,
the cost of owning a dog is 700 to 2,500 bucks a year, right? And let's say a large dog, let's say a golden retriever, let's say you're spending 1750 a year, multiply that by 4 per
That's a
year.
lot. Is that really all it is? I feel like it would be more.
No, I think, well, I mean, barring like the cost of a golden retriever,
Oh,
because I mean, they're not cheap dogs, but it's always the golden retriever people who are like this, you know. I don't know, but imagine like instead of taking that money like and spending it on these animals, like if you just threw it in the S&P 500 for like 10 years. I sound so heartless. I sound like such an
so
evil
oh,
person
all
right
right.
now.
So you spend $5,000 a year on dogs. Actually, yeah, you 100% should just put it in the S&P 500.
Dude.
You just need one dog. Like,
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
all you need, dude.
you can love one dog, the one dog can love you. When you start having four, like different things are loving the dog.
Yeah, and what about like people? Here's another thing that's a problem in society is that dogs are replacing people.
Well, do you think
Like,
dogs are better than people? Like, what's cuter? Everyone,
touche.
newborn babies, right? Everyone's like, "Oh, I have a baby." Yeah, puppies are way cuter than babies. Hot take. I'll deal with it. What's better?
Yeah.
You know you'd rather play with a puppy than a newborn.
Yeah, I mean, a puppy is always going to be fun from like 0 to 10. It's always going to be fun. But unless they poop on the rug, on the Persian rug, which you then have to take to get professionally cleaned, you know. But
It's that or change diaper multiple times a day.
yeah, I don't know. That's what we should use robots for,
What, changing diapers?
changing diapers. But
Doesn't that like limit the human connectiveness though?
well, I'll
Isn't that
still. I mean, that's like that's like throwing a tablet. I mean, people are putting tablets in front of their kids anyway, and
that's
Coco Melon.
actually angers me when I go to a restaurant and there's like a family eating dinner at Outback, they're like eating those
Yeah.
big buttery rolls and the 2-year-old just has a big iPad in front of him.
Mm,
Like that's terrible.
yeah. I mean,
I find that bad and upsetting.
like, but aren't we supposed to be continuing the human race? Like, people
Yes.
are like, the birth rates in these Western countries are falling dramatically, you know? Like I think France is at like, or I'm trying to think. I think Italy's at like 1.2 or something like that. I don't know. Like, and you're supposed to have 2.1 for
Mm,
replacement, you know, but we're replacing these children, with
with puppies.
dogs and these millennials. And let's face it, it's millennials. And these millennials, they want people to treat their dogs like children, and they treat their dogs like their children.
I mean, like if you're living alone and you got no friends, even if you have friends, like you're gonna get attached to your dog.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
no, 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 a hundred
but
percent.
I don't know.
Like
I
like sometimes the dog is the only source of like
affection.
like sometimes when when it's like it's that time of the month, eh, and sometimes that dog is he's your homeboy,
Well,
you
I
know
think the dog should be your homeboy if you have a dog. But when you have four dogs, you can't have four homeboys.
yeah,
You can only have like two at the most.
yeah,
Anything more is like you're trying too hard a little bit.
yeah, that's like, and then who's taking the dog out to go
They're
pick up its
eating the
poop, you
dogs.
know
They're eating the
they're
cats.
they're eating
They're
these
eating the
millennials
pets.
dogs.
There's so many dogs being eaten. I said, wow, that's a lot of dogs.
I said, wow, that's a lot of dogs in Ohio. Now you want to get a
Palestine,
kid, they won't eat a kid
was it Palestine,
unless
Ohio?
unless they're eating it for the adrenochrome.
Was that Palestine, Ohio? Or is that where the train happened?
No, no, the train was Palestine, Ohio. Yeah,
Okay,
that
okay.
was the train.
Wow.
Um, do you ever like when you were younger and you were driving around
Hmm.
like with your parents and you're probably like 5 years old, right? So you're sitting there maybe in a booster seat and you look over, you see some sort of red metal scaffolding and you're like,
Hmm.
"Oh my God, that's a roller coaster." And then the trees peer by and it's a crane.
I have not
You
because I was sensible enough to know what an amusement park is. I'm not stupid.
you never got blue balled by a crane before thinking it was a roller coaster?
I thought it was other things. I don't know if I thought it was a roller coaster though. I I don't think so. No. There's only like a few amusement parks that I even went to in general. So like I couldn't have mistaken it.
Yeah.
It was 3 hours to the amusement park our family went to. So
What
like that was all I knew.
what is a core amusement park memory for you?
All right, what you want to do. This only works if you have like you know like you're the youngest sibling. You're going with, or if you're going with your friends. Core memory though is you find one of those twirly rides, like the teacups. You know,
Mhm.
the teacups are meant to be like a children's ride. You put 3 or 4 full-grown men on one teacup though. You can spin them so fast to the point where they almost break.
Whoa.
And usually every year someone would throw up on one of those because
And
we would spin it so fast.
and you did that.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah. So you should. That was my core. Also, on the pirate ship rides that go all the way upside down,
Yeah.
one year we got stuck and we were stuck for an hour and a half. And we were at like an angle and there was a huge bruise just left like on our chest and on our stomachs. Don't want that.
So did that
It's kind of
ruin?
traumatized. Yeah, it kind of ruined the fun. It's
Yeah.
traumatizing.
What what else? So will you not like what other rides will you not go on at an amusement park? Or what in addition following up, what amusement parks have you been to? What was your favorite? What was your least favorite?
I
Also,
think
a
the only
side note, you go there, fat people everywhere. You go there, everybody is in these scooters. They're eating funnel cake.
so much funnel cake,
Yeah, dude, but
especially Disney.
yeah.
That's a weird crowd.
So you've been to Disney.
I think everyone, I would say most people in the US have been to Disney at least once in their life. It's kind of like you have to do it with your kid. Have you?
I have been to Disney.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like a lot of, maybe not most, but a lot of people, like parents feel obligated to take their kids to Disney, which is super stupid because it's so expensive.
Describe your time at Disney. What was your time like at Disney?
It was just me and my parents, no one else.
Whoa.
So, they did their part. They took me to Disney, but it was as good as it could have been for like a sixth grader.
What what rides or like where in the park did you end up going?
We went to Epcot, and there's another one that we went to too. I was scared of roller coasters though for the longest time, and then I went on Space Mountain. I think that's an Epcot, and
Whoa.
that got me over my fear of roller coasters. And then there's like a train one. You're like in like a little locomotive train, but that's a roller coaster.
Oh, is
Uh,
that the oh, it's like Mount Everest, is it? Is that what they call
Yeah,
it?
yeah, I think so.
Oh,
So both of those got over my fear of roller coasters, and then came back to the East Coast. I was already on the East Coast, but I came back to my hometown.
yeah.
Then went to King's Dominion, and then
Uh-huh.
I went on all the roller coasters. I was a scoundrel for
Wow.
all of them.
So you went on that big eye one,
The
the red
Intimidator.
one, yeah,
Yep.
Intimidator.
I went on that
Yeah.
with our local parish priest,
Wow.
in which the F bomb was dropped. I'll say that.
By the priest.
The priest, he
Whoa.
wasn't ready. I also blacked out. Every time I go on that ride, I black out
Wow.
because it's not straight down. It's like at an angle like that.
Uh-huh.
So you right at the bottom, you go up the hill, you take a big turn. On that turn, I always black out. It's
Wow.
rough. But
That's insane.
besides that, I did go to Universal, King's Dominion, Busch Gardens, and Hershey Park. I think that's it. It's kind of a lot.
Yeah. Busch Gardens, that's solid. That's solid. Hershey Park, I haven't been in a while, but I've been meaning to
I
go
feel
back.
like as adults, amusement parks kind of not it.
It's not, or amusement parks in general.
I think it's a little weird. But I mean, like if you have a kid, it's fine.
Yeah.
If you're going as like a family, I think it's fine. But if there's not like, I don't know, if you're not taking like a related child to the amusement park, I don't know. I think it's a little weird.
Yeah, I mean, because that's the only source of really of thrill you have in your life. Because you can't drink, you know, you can't really go be like, oh, I'm gonna go to Europe, you know.
Oh, you mean for the
You
child?
what?
You mean for the child?
Yeah, yeah, like when you're a child, like there's not really a like you have to kind of get creative about your thrill, and the one thing that you could do is like, you know, do roller coasters.
Yeah. Also,
Um,
there your camera's acting up.
oh, is it acting? Oh, I'm not even.
It was being a little laggy, and then the cat appeared for a second, but now it's
Oh,
good. Now
we're
you seem to
good.
be fine. See,
Yeah.
we're talking about amusement park. We're on to something. The government's trying to shut this stream down.
Yeah, dude. Prevent us from talking about roller coasters.
Exactly. I
I
when I was little,
uh-huh.
when I got hyper obsessive over things. I would make PowerPoint slides and go through in detail, like, every type of whatever my topic was. But when I was in my roller coaster phase, I had a PowerPoint slide of over 50 roller coasters that I wanted to go on,
Wow.
and I ranked it by thrill.
Oh my goodness.
That's
Well,
how it
I bet
goes.
your parents were very impressed with your PowerPoint and really wanted to see all 50 slides.
Oh, I showed them, and they didn't care, as it should
Wow.
be.
I still to this day
Mhm.
I drove back from Richmond
Oh,
and I was driving back on Sunday and I saw the Intimidator from 95
it's
and
big.
my palms started getting a little sweaty.
What age were you able to ride roller coasters? Or
That's
are
the
you?
thing.
Oh
That's the thing.
my! Have you
Why
not?
didn't you think I went to Busch Gardens with everyone
I
that
didn't
one
go
time?
either. I didn't go either.
Oh,
I would
well,
have.
that sucks. You should have
I
gone.
wasn't invited. I wasn't invited. I didn't know it was happening. Wait. So, have you been on a roller coaster?
I have, but only so I'll give you the rundown of what I've been on. First of all, if a water slide is like a billion, I have no problem with a water slide,
Okay.
but it's just mainly roller coasters, and it's mainly like, dude, why they got to put that big drop there, you know?
And that's what a roller coaster is.
Yeah, but
Of
like, what if
course
they just shoot you out and it's like close to the ground, you know?
you don't even know because you're mixing them up with cranes. You're mixing the crane and the roller coaster. Have you been on a roller coaster with a loop in it?
I
Oh
have
my,
never been. I've
Jeremy.
only been on I've been on Verbolten in Busch Gardens. I went on the
Uh,
big swing thing, which was kind of freaky, but I didn't mind it. But it's just like I don't know. I always every time I go on a roller coaster, I think it was like once when I was younger. No, here's what it was. When I was younger, and I think it was Disney World, and my parents forced me to go on Splash Mountain.
that's oh yeah.
And
Continue.
I didn't want to. I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know that there was like a big drop. I think my parents told me they're like, "Oh, it's just like it's just a little boat ride with some like little dips." And so there were like there's like three little dips before you get on the big drop, and I was like, "Oh, this is pretty fun." And we got to the big drop and I was like, "Oh, I was freaked out." And then even afterwards, I was still like freaked out. So, give me a roller coaster, give me a Cheeto, and I'm having the worst day of my entire life.
Is I also remember being petrified of Splash Mountain. What about like what about drop towers?
Hell no.
Dude,
Hell
Jeremy,
no.
we
Dude,
gotta
no.
we gotta get you on a roller
No.
coaster.
Oh.
Have you been on like the wooden ones?
Yo, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. About the
There's
woods.
Busch Gardens, I think, or maybe Scenes Dominion. One of them has a wooden roller coaster that does loops. It's crazy.
Whoa.
I think I forget what it's called, but that one was kind
Interesting.
of nuts. Kind of nuts.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't well, when I was a wee lad, like now I'm kind of comfortable with height. Like I don't even mind being in an airplane. So I'm like fine with heights in some areas, like when I can control it. But when I'm like on a roller coaster, I don't know. Maybe I just have like a low adrenaline tolerance.
Hmm.
Maybe I do. Maybe I don't have a high adrenaline tolerance. I don't know.
Low adrenaline deficiency. Lardos. Oh wait.
Low
Low
adrenaline deficiency or
something.
something or
Exactly.
something. Yeah.
Exactly. Well,
Well, so
I
now
think we need to
people
get you
know.
on.
Now we what?
I was gonna say we need to get you on a roller coaster.
If this post gets 10,000 likes,
10,000.
if this podcast gets 10,000 likes, I will go on a roller coaster with a loop.
Wow. Lardos, low adrenaline response operating
I've got,
state. That's you. You can't handle it.
yeah, dude, maybe I'll just like, I'll black out and then I'll wake up and then it's like I didn't even go on the roller coaster at all, you know?
What about,
But, but I
yeah,
just like, even seeing the roller coaster, I start like, I
geeking
just,
out?
I just start geeking out. Yeah.
What about, I feel
And
like the
and when I
line.
when I rode for Bolton, man, here's the problem as well, is that
Mhm.
listen, Zach, I'm a nervous farter. So the entire
Fair.
time in the line going to Verbolten, man, I was farting up a storm, bro. I It's crazy, man.
The line makes it 10 times worse
Yeah, the line.
if it's long.
If I could just do it and there's no line and kind of get it over with, I don't know.
There there is a popular roller coaster at Kings Dominion called the Dominator. And it has
Uh,
lots of loops and twists and all this stuff. It's a very popular
is
one.
that like a hanging roller coaster, or is that?
Not the Dominator. You're sitting up like normal, but it's like 6 seats across. Anyway,
Uh,
there was one
I like
year.
that. Put me in the middle, bro. I don't want to
Yeah,
be on no ends. I want to be in the very middle between everyone else.
I I agree. The but I had already been on it at this point. But there's one year where we were waiting in line, peak summer day. So
Uh,
we probably waited in line for an hour. It was long. We
yeah,
finally are like the next people to go. The cart pulls up like from the previous ride. The girl in the front row, her whole face just covered in blood. Entire face covered in blood. And we don't they didn't say what happened, but I think she like bit her lip really hard on one of the bumps. Just blood everywhere. So they had to close the ride down and we didn't get to go on it.
man.
Yeah, it sucked. So yeah, I'm fine if I never go on a roller coaster again though.
You think you're okay? You're okay
I'm
with
okay.
it?
I'm more than okay. I have no issues with
Yeah.
not going on one again.
What do you think of fears in general and overcoming your fears? What do you think about that?
If you have any fears, just don't have them. Just give up. It's fine. Just walk away from it. Like, oh, there's a big scary man. Fight him.
Yeah.
No, but
But
some people just
I
have
feel like I feel
irrational
like
fears.
people who are like, you know, I don't know, some people have irrational fears that like don't impact me. Don't impact them, you know?
That don't impact them.
Yeah, or like for instance, I don't know, it's kind of tougher when you're a kid and you're like,
Yeah,
see, this is why I had trouble connecting with people when I was younger because like, every time like a big point of like a friendship when you're like 10 years old, it's like, man, if you go on a roller coaster with someone else, it's like that's your best friend,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
right?
Yeah. You're
But
going through it together.
yeah,
I guess like I have. I don't know if it's I have a fear of snakes. I don't like snakes.
interesting.
Not a fan. But like it's
But it's
not
not
cr
like if you see a snake, you're not gonna like scream, would
oh,
you say?
if I see it like unexpectedly, I might.
Uh,
But if I like see it coming, I'm like, okay, it's fine. I don't have like a I'm not like crippling I don't have crippling
you don't think
depression
about
because of snakes.
snakes all the time. You don't think
No,
like the hose is a snake.
no. Well, I mean sometimes. I
Mm,
do not like snakes.
interesting.
But I'm trying to think of like irrational fear. I don't know.
There's a clip of a woman. It's
I know
actually kind of sad, but this woman, she went on this trash talk show that's called Maury. Yeah, I mean, you probably know what Maury is,
I
or
think so.
it's
Yeah.
like Jerry Springer.
Hmm.
Um,
Yep.
and this lady, she went on, and she is so she's completely normal, and then they bring out a jar of pickles, and the lady
Pickles
is the
or
most
olives?
scared ever.
I think it's olives, right?
Or it might be olives or
I
pickles, something
yeah. It's pretty
like,
pretty wild.
yeah. So but it's kind of sad because they're kind of chasing her around with the pickles and they're kind of torturing her. It's like, all right,
A little too
we don't
much.
need to do that. Like
Like
if they brought if imagine if I'm sitting there and the set breaks down and we're just on a roller coaster.
maybe kind of funny.
Or they bring like a little mini roller coaster. And then
Sometimes
there's Cheetos like sitting in the seats.
maybe like isn't it well, I guess that didn't really cure her fear of olives to like force the fear on someone.
Yeah, I think
I
it's
don't know if
like,
I completely agree with that. I think there's a point to like you have to do it to get over it.
yeah, you just kind of have to rip the band-aid off.
Yeah, but like you shouldn't be forced, you know? You should be like peer pressured a little bit, but like you ultimately should be making the decision.
Yeah,
Like the olive or pickle lady, they just threw that jar of pickles in her face. She didn't have a choice.
yeah. Well, she
Like
came
she was
on
like,
the
oh
show. She knew what she was signing up for,
yeah,
you
but
know?
maybe they just pitched it as like we're gonna talk to you about it and not actually bring it out.
Oh, they could have. They could have. They would do that though. They would do that.
That's what I'm saying. Gotta be careful what talk shows you go on, or else you'll be just hit with a jar of olives or pickles.
Yeah.
It all comes
Ooh.
back. Bread and butter pickles suck, and pickle juice is has to go in Chick-fil-A sauce.
Yeah. Um,
Drink. I also on pickle juice. This is more for the soccer players out there. Basketball, you put doing sports and you get cramps like in your sides, like your hips. If you drink a jar of pickle juice before the game, you won't get them.
also when you're hungover as well. It's a good hangover remedy.
Really?
Yeah.
Pickles
Well,
have.
because both I believe you're losing the salts in your body. And so that kind of replenishes your salts and electrolytes. Electrolytes.
Electrolytes are a
But
scam.
you think so?
Like Gatorade, electrolyte, dude. That Gatorade's like worse than soda. It has like 40 grams of sugar in a bottle,
That's
but it
insane.
gives you electrolytes.
It gives
Wait, no,
electrolytes, quote unquote.
Gatorade, big scam.
Uh,
It
So,
is. It is good though. I do like a blue Gatorade.
so what do you what? Okay, this complete pivot. But what do you think about this? Because I heard this. Someone
Oh
was
wait,
saying this
wait. Say
on a
you.
podcast, and I'm kind of expanding upon it a little. But for president in the future, everybody is screwed, right? Because they're gonna pull out some Snapchat dog pic of you, right? They're gonna pull out something of when you were in high school,
Yep.
losing a bet
Yep.
after someone's playing Jenga and then something bad happens, or you fighting outside the H Mart.
Or you eating something that you shouldn't have ate.
So if that happens, right? Like everybody has got something and everybody's blackmail is going to be easily accessible, right?
Hmm.
I think from now on, I think instead of getting the most like squeaky clean person to be president, we need to get the fucking worst person ever. Who's like
Yeah.
everybody knows they've done something, everybody knows there's a terrible person, so nothing else that they bring out is going to
Oh,
like
it can't be
affect
worse than that.
anything. Yeah, like, but I think for the Republicans, the next future candidate for president should be George Santos. And for the Democrats, it should be Anthony Weiner.
It's pretty good.
Like, like they're gonna attack each other's character. It's like, you know, there's
What about
nothing they can do,
George
so they actually
Costanza?
have to talk about policy, you know?
Yeah, that'd be a great debate. What about George Costanza? I can't talk.
George Costanza.
Yeah,
There's a lot of blackmail on him. I mean, he was thrown in jail. He's
he
done,
went to jail.
yeah, in the last episode of Seinfeld.
Oh,
Are
oh,
you talking about, are you thinking of someone else?
no, no, I didn't. I thought you were talking about like the actual actor.
No, no, no. George Santos. Do you know who George Santos is?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he was like a congressperson. He got thrown in prison for like fraud, I believe. And Anthony, of course Anthony Weiner.
So fraud. If you don't pay your taxes, right, and you owe like $1 million to the U.S. government, if
Uh-huh.
you don't pay it, do you just instantly go to jail if the IRS catches you? Or does the IRS come to you first and be like, hey, you owe $1 million and now you owe a ton of fines on them. Pay them or you go to jail. Like, which one is it?
Well, I will tell you a story. So my dad, when he lived in the Midwest in a city there,
Hmm.
and he'd always go. He had this favorite bar that he would go to, And he was going to this bar for like a long time at that point. He knew the owners.
Hmm.
And then one day, the bar owner just disappeared. And so after a little while, he asks, "Hey, what happened to him? Why is he not here?" And they're like, "Oh, he went to jail for tax evasion."
That's
And
not a balanced diet.
so so I mean, I don't know. I think it depends like if you're claiming bankruptcy
So
or
bankruptcy, it just seems like it's an out of jail free card. Like, can I just
yeah.
okay? Can I just get $1 million loan from the bank, right?
Yeah.
Spend it all on assets like a house, car, like physical stuff, and then don't pay it back and just file for bankruptcy. And then, like, am I good?
Well, no, no, no. Then they come and take your assets.
Yeah, but not if you like hide it in China.
That's a good point.
I'm just,
I don't know.
I'm not
Can,
condoning this. I'm just saying, could you do that?
not sure.
You're not late to the game. It's just experimentation.
I I don't know. I don't know if China is like, would accept this because they don't accept that shit from their own citizens.
Okay, maybe not
So
China, but anywhere else in the world. Kyrgyzstan,
Kyrgyzstan,
Dagestan,
maybe Dagestan.
3 years
Zach,
Dagestan.
what? Listen, I'm gonna ask you a question, and this is a loaded question.
You tell me.
What is the you don't describe the actual thing that happened. Don't describe the act. But what was what was the greatest shit you've ever taken?
February 7th, 2016. I took it was a 4 pounder. It was it
Well,
overflowed.
describe what was like the lead up. Was there like any kind of special lead up to it?
I ate so much Indian food the day before. We're talking like ransacking the restaurant.
Wow.
Completely buffet gone. And then it came back when I went to the bathroom the next day. At the
Oh,
time, I was a small fellow. I had my growth spurt in early high school. This was a little at that time, right before that.
uh,
It was taller than me, Jeremy.
that's incredible.
And it was good. It all pure relief. I didn't know it could be that big. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I mean,
And then wasn't great, but on a retreat, I saw someone take a shit
okay.
and have someone
No,
else eat it.
no, no. We,
That would
we
be
can't say this.
we
We
can't.
can't say this. The
Why can't we say it?
podcast is derailed.
Why can't we? Why can't we say it? Why can't we say it? No
We're,
names.
all
No
right,
names.
we're switching the topic. I'm not doing this.
Can
This will be okay. If this post gets 20,000 likes, we'll share that story.
we like bleep it? Can you still leave it and have us laughing but bleep everything? That's better. Then the user, the people want to hear it. It happened. That's all I'll say. And
So,
speaking of blackmail, talking about how there's so much blackmail on everyone, there's a lot of people who have blackmail in that
a lot of
situation.
people have brown mail.
Black
Oh,
people with brown
oh.
mail. Yes, yes.
So,
20,000 likes for the full story.
So, how about uh how about that
Gotcha.
movie, The Incredibles? How about The Incredibles? That's a pretty good movie.
No, it's not. Overrated. The the little lady, like saying your super suit doesn't work.
Dude, The Incredibles is, if you compare it to the shit that's being released now, dude, oh my goodness. What a good movie. I don't know when the last time you've seen The Incredibles is, but
What what is there any good movies out now that could even like what's the most recent Disney film that was a success? Or Pixar, that
well,
realm.
here's the thing is that they all kind of have like Disney used to make like really interesting characters, right? And interesting character designs. Like, I mean, think about The Incredibles, like Bugs Life. They were Bugs, Toy Story. But
Yep.
ever since like 2018, they all have like this bean mouth.
Mm.
All they look the exact same.
Yeah.
And then they make that menstruation movie, Turning Red.
Oh yeah. I never saw it, but I
They've
heard.
just gotten dude, they've just gotten so lib. Everything's gotten so lib.
Also, I just looked up most overrated Disney movies,
Uh,
and number one is Frozen. That's I find a little ridiculous.
I don't know. I don't think Frozen is that bad. I think
It's,
Frozen,
it's
I
a
remember
great
when
film.
people were singing the Let It Go and
People are
whatnot.
still singing it.
People are still singing. Yeah.
Put it on the radio during Christmas time. It's a great song. Sue me.
So let me ask you, would you let the actually, you know what? You know what? I want your opinion on this. All
Mhm.
right. So I think if you
Oh God.
so
Sorry.
no, what were you gonna say?
No. It's something was in my nose. That's all.
If you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna tell the greatest shit I've ever taken. It was June 4th, 2024 in New Mexico during my job, and I hadn't shit for 3 days, right? And we're like walking like we hiked probably like 3 miles before we got there, and before that we did probably like 20 something total. Maybe like 15 total before that.
Hmm.
So I hiked 18 miles and I hadn't done anything. And we got to the camp and I left to go into the woods. And I hiked for like maybe like 20 minutes, 20 maybe
You go to the
20 30
bathroom?
minutes. Yeah, to like cuz I was trying to find the perfect spot cuz there was the trail, right? And then to the right of the trail was like, the stream area and like kind of a drop off. And then to
Hmm.
the left of that was going up was like kind of a cliff. So I had to figure out, find a great spot. And then I found like this little gully. I dug a hole and I had a beautiful view. And I was I was gone for probably almost an hour. It was
That's commitment.
incredible. And like I never felt so much closer to my humanity in my life, you know? And I walked back into camp and all the people with me, everybody clapped. I'd never been applauded for taking a shit before, unless I was like 3 years old, you know?
Wow, that's super shitty. That's good.
Uh,
Wow.
like literally everybody, I don't know if they thought I died, like, but everybody clapped, man. And it was awesome. And meanwhile, too, we had been eating nothing but like Kind bars. You ever eat a Kind bar and
They're
wait
not very
12
kind.
hours?
Hmm. It's rough.
It's rough, dude. It's rough. So,
Thank you for your service.
and then that night we played night crawlers in a cabin in the woods, and everybody's feet smelled so horrible. It was the
Oh,
smelliest. It was so smelly in that cabin. But that's a story for another day.
well, sometimes Jeremy likes his men in a smelly cabin.
Dude.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with smelly feet in a cabin and big roller coaster drops.
Yeah, dude. My three biggest fears. Um, that and ooh, there was this uh Thomas. I don't have you ever seen James and the Red Balloon? The Thomas movie?
Oh, so
You've never seen James and the Red Balloon?
I have not.
Dude, I watched it when I was younger, and James the train got swallowed up, like this balloon just landed on him, and he got stuck under this balloon, and it was super scary. I was also I was also scared of the the ghost, like, in Mario Kart where they go and they do like the Boo ghost track.
Hmm.
You know what I'm like, I was scared of that. Like when my brothers would play that, I have to go upstairs.
Wait, was this in the Thomas movie?
No, 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 no. This is a separate thing.
Okay.
But
I'm following.
but and then that was
It's not.
scary. I was very scared. Like this room that I'm in. I'll give you the floor after this because I want to hear if you have any other fears, Zach, or have had in the past.
Yeah.
Um, but this room I'm in right now, I used to be like my brothers and I, we would all sleep in the same room. Up until a certain age, then we all got our rooms. And my one brother got the room next to my other brother, and they banished me to the shadow dimension, which was this room.
That.
Like people would try to go sleep in this room and then they get scared and have to come back.
So you just had to stay there your whole life.
So yeah, I had to stay here my entire life. And I was so scared of it for a while. And I would come into my brother's room and I'd sleep on the floor.
Mm.
And then I like I slept with a light on.
Dark is scary.
The dark is scary.
It can be scary.
So
The
what let me ask you now. What's some embarrassing? Are there any other besides snakes? Think in the recesses of your mind.
oh, I mean, growing up, the camelback crickets that lived in our basement, those were terrifying. I would have to avoid.
Camelback cricket.
Yeah, they're huge.
Whoa.
They jump and like attack you. And the only safe spot was like on the sofa, which was like 30 feet away from the stairs. So, you had to sprint to the sofa to be safe.
Oh my
But you
goodness.
had to go through the battlefield. And there's like dozens of these crickets, hopping around. That was a little much.
If you if you guys are looking, by the way, if you guys are looking at a picture of these like these crickets online, think about the Patrick Star legs when he's dancing to that song.
Yeah,
They have these
exactly.
big ass legs.
Big legs.
Yeah,
I Too much for me to handle.
too much. So you
I
don't like the kind of creepy crawlers like the snakes, the crickets. You don't
Not a
like that.
fan. Not a fan. They can be by themselves.
Did the dark you didn't have a problem with the dark?
Seem good. I had a problem with the dark. I didn't
Well,
like the dark. I didn't like Ghost.
yeah.
I didn't like. I'm trying to think what else like
Was there any
scared me.
movie that in particular that um caused you to be scared? Because another
I
thing as
well,
well is that I would like if I watched a movie with my dad, like I would get to a point where I could like sleep with the lights off. And then my dad was like, "Hey, have you seen Alien yet?" And I was like, "Oh, I haven't seen Alien." And then I'd watch Alien and then I have to sleep with the lights on for like the next couple of days.
that's how it goes. The as a young child, I was obsessed with magic and being a magician.
Uh,
And for like 3 or 4 years, that's what I did. Did shows, impressed everyone. I got really good at magic, like card tricks and stuff.
yeah,
And we had one family computer that we would use, and I would learn a lot of my tricks on YouTube, like early YouTube days.
yeah.
And this one day, when I was at my peak magic career, I looked up a video. Do you know who Chris Angel is?
I'm familiar. I'm
He's like
familiar.
a very famous magician that most people I think have heard of.
Uh,
Under David Blaine, but like Chris Angel. And there's a video of him levitating like across these buildings. And this video is like supposed to be exposing him. And it has a picture of Chris Angel levitating, and it like zooms in, saying like, "Do you see the wire?" And I get really close to the screen, jump scare, and it was like a bloody, screaming skull, and that terrified me. And I stopped doing magic the rest of my life. And probably like I was probably like 7 when this happened. Probably
wow.
like for like 4 or 5 years,
Uh-huh.
any YouTube video I watched, I would have to look at the bottom and like scroll through the little bar to make sure there was no jump scares. That was bad, but I think I've recovered. But still, it still scares me a little bit.
Did you ever play the Slender Man game? Slender of the Eight Pages?
I never really got why Slender Man was scary. Same with Five Nights at Freddy's. I never played it, so I don't know. But
Honestly, FNAF, like, unless you do, well, I was on a work trip and I played VR FNAF, FNAF in the VR, and
whoa,
that's freaky when you're in the pizza shop when the phone's like, hello, hello, like
yeah,
you
you
you're
you don't.
in you're in it. So that's pretty freaky. But my experience, I remember I was a young lad and one of our friends came over and actually we were having like a little bit of a function. So there were a few people over and we had the Mac and
Hmm.
we got in and we downloaded Slender and the Eight Pages. And I was so freaked out about Slender Man.
Huh.
One of my good when I got stranded in the Pine Barrens, my good buddy who picked us up, like we started talking about how the woods were like, yeah, these are some Slender Man woods, and he was like, dude, don't say that,
Yeah, you can't say
don't
that.
say it.
Actually,
Slender Man, Slender Man, Slender Man.
you said it. I will say a recent developed fear I've had, more so the awareness, maybe not fear, high and strong mountain winds.
Mm,
I did not realize I never really, I was like, oh, it's windy. When I was in Italy, I was hiking by myself, and out of nowhere, these really strong winds came. And I literally, if I would have jumped, it would have blown me like 50 feet. So I had put
Whoa.
luckily there was like a cabin like 600 feet away from me. I had to put my backpack, I had to take it off, put it under a rock, and I had to army crawl like 600 feet to the cabin.
My
Yeah.
goodness.
I it literally the wind could like lift you up and blow you off the mountain so easily. I had no idea that it could be that powerful.
Wow.
So I've gained a healthy respect for the
Dude,
mountain winds now.
in Italy seems kind of cra like that winds reach
Yeah.
that much. I mean, it makes
In
sense because, the Alps,
in
the
the
Dolomites,
Dolomites,
the
in the
Dolomites.
Dolomites, this is where it happened. That was like, and then I also went to Norway and experienced the same thing. The winds broke my tent in Norway,
Oh my goodness.
snapped the metal bar in half because it was so
Wow.
windy. So I don't mess with winds anymore.
Do you think that, like, were there any warning signs about the winds?
Uh, in Norway, the weather just changed instantly. So like
Whoa.
the day's weather was like sunny and 70 degrees, and then out of nowhere, like these winds would come. So
I,
th yeah, it's not good.
because I feel like we don't experience that because the trees kind of protect us. If there's like large gusts of wind and you're up, you're on Mount Rogers, you're hiking the AT,
Yeah,
you're
we're
at
not.
Spruce Knob, you're not really like feeling these winds.
Canaan Valley might have some crazy stuff
Mm.
in West Virginia. We don't have the big mountains here.
Doesn't the is it Canaan or is it Canaan
Whatever it
Valley?
is. Yeah, yeah.
I think I remember my professor telling me that there were cacti that grew in the Canaan Valley
Really.
because it's on the leeward side of where Dolly Sods is that
Uh-huh.
it can get very dry
It gets
and
super cold. So
interesting.
maybe it has like very crazy weather. The record I'm looking here. Record low. Coldest ever recorded temperature at Canaan Valley is negative 44 degrees.
Oh my goodness. Isn't that the
And
coldest on the East Coast?
I don't know. That's in Canaan Valley. It's probably close. Mount Washington also has really crazy weather though. And then
Yeah.
snowfall, average snowfall of 200 inches per year. That's kind of a lot.
At Mount Washington or at
No, Canaan Valley.
so maybe it is on the windward side. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't.
yeah.
Mount Washington also has like ridiculous numbers that don't make sense.
Yeah, man. It's weird how so for people who don't know geography, right? Imagine you have all these mountains that are kind of like, they're kind of the same height. And then up in, you know, New Hampshire and like Vermont, they kind of taper off a little bit. And then you get a couple of these just huge mountains for no reason. And that's like Mount Washington.
Yeah.
And I
And
think
the
because they're higher in latitude, isn't the tree line much lower?
I think so.
Yeah.
Probably what makes it windier. The record wind speed was recorded at Mount Washington, and it was 231 miles per hour.
Dude, whoa.
That's crazy.
Dude,
That, yeah,
I bet if you put Dr. Now's patient up there, they're not gonna they'll stand steadfast.
you think so?
Maybe not, I mean, well, 230 miles per hour is a lot.
If you have pickle juice,
If you have pickle juice, you might be able to survive.
You might be able to survive. Get the salt intake, the electrolytes from the Gatorade. You don't need them. Just the pickle juice.
What what do you think? I feel like we need one more we need one more thing before we end.
Let me show you a magic trick.
Oh, all right.
Ready for this? Ready?
Whoa.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Thank you. That's just the Sow Ghost.
That's incredible.
Trick me once, shame on you. Trick me twice. That's the magician's code.
Mhm.
That's what they say.
We'll end it. I think that's a great place to
All
wrap it
right.
up with the magic
Lovely.
trick. We have Zach the magician. We've got myself scared of magic.
Scared of the dark, scared of magic. You hear it here first on the Lardos podcast. Subscribe,
Subscribe.
like, do what you need to
Leave
do.
a comment.
20
Again,
20,000 likes for Jeremy to ride a roller coaster.
there you go. If this gets 20,000 likes, yeah, I'll ride the roller coaster. And there's
God,
obviously, you know, no. There's no caveats. I was going to throw a caveat in there.
yeah, that's ridiculous. Ridiculous. All
All
right.
right,
Well,
mashallah.
Anala Hawaii. What? Never mind.